Canto 9. Moonrise, sleep, dream of the eagle, mid-morning, Saint Lucy, the gate of purgatory, the gatekeeper, the 3 steps, the 7 P's, entrance into purgatory. The concubine of ancient Tithonus was already turning white on the eastern balcony, having left the arms of her sweet lover. With gems her forehead was shining, set in the shape of the cold animal that strikes people with its tail, and night, in the place where we were, had made 2 of the steps with which it ascends, and the 3rd was already lowering its wing. When I, who had with me something of Adam, overcome by sleep, reclined on the grass where all 5 of us were sitting, in the hour near morning, when the swallow begins her sad lays, perhaps in memory of her first woes, and when our mind, journeying further from the flesh and less taken by its cares, is almost a diviner in its visions, in dream I seem to see an eagle hovering in the sky, with golden feathers and open wings, intent to stoop, and I seem to be where his people were abandoned by Ganymede, when he was carried off to the highest consistory. I was thinking to myself, perhaps by custom the eagle strikes only here, and perhaps it disdains to carry prey off in its claws from elsewhere. Then it seemed to me that, having wheeled a little, it descended terrible as lightning, and carried me off, up as far as the fire. There it seemed that it and I burned, and the imagined fire was so hot that my sleep had to break. Not otherwise did Achilles shake himself, turning his awakened eyes about in a circle, not knowing where he was, when his mother fled with him, sleeping in her arms, from Chiron to Skyros, whence the Greeks later took him away. Then I shook myself, as soon as sleep fled from my face, and turned pale, as one does who freezes in terror. At my side was only my strength, and the sun was already more than 2 hours high, and my eyes were turned toward the waters. "Have no fear," said my lord, "be assured, for we are at a good point. Do not pull back, but give free rein to every strength. You have now reached purgatory. See where the bank that encloses it around, see the entrance there, where the bank seems divided. Earlier, in the dawn that precedes the day, when your soul was asleep within you on the flowers that adorn the earth down there, a lady came, and she said, 'I am Lucia. Let me take up this sleeper, so will I ease him on his way.' Sordello stayed behind, and the other noble forms. She took you, and, when the day was bright, came on up here, and I in her footsteps. Here she put you down, but first her lovely eyes showed me that open entrance. Then she in your sleep went away at the same moment. As one does who is reassured in his doubt, and changes his fear into strength when the truth is revealed to him, so I changed, and when my leader saw me without care, up the bank he started, and I after him, toward the height. Reader, you will see well how I am elevating my matter, and therefore do not marvel if with more art I bolster it. We drew near until, where there had first seemed to me to break, like a crack that divides a wall, I now saw a door, with 3 steps below approaching it, of different colors, and a gatekeeper who spoke no word as yet. And as I opened my eyes more and more at the sight, I saw that he was sitting over the topmost step, so bright a face that I could not endure it. And he had a naked sword in his hand, which so reflected the sunbeams toward us that I often directed my eyes in vain. "Speak from there. What do you wish?" he began to say. "Where is your escort? Beware lest coming up be harmful to you." "A lady from heaven, wise in these things," my master answered him, "just now said to us, 'Go there. There is the gate.'" "And may she advance your steps in goodness," began again the courteous gatekeeper. "Come forward, therefore, to our stairs." There we came, and the first step was white marble so polished and shining that I was mirrored in it just as I appear. The second was darker than purple, made of a rough, dry stone, cracked both lengthwise and across. The third, which weighs the others down, seemed of porphyry to me, as flaming as blood spurting from a vein. On this one the angel of God had both his feet, sitting on the threshold, which seemed to me a stone of diamond. Up the 3 steps with good will my leader drew me, saying, "Ask humbly that he open the lock." Devoutly I threw myself at his holy feet. I begged that he have mercy and open to me. But first 3 times I struck my breast. 7 P's he inscribed upon my forehead with the point of his sword, and, "See that you wash these wounds when you are within," he said. Ashes, or earth dug up dry, would be of one color with his garment, and from beneath it he drew forth 2 keys. One was of gold, and the other of silver. First with the white, and then with the yellow, he unlocked the gate, so that I was content. Whenever either of these keys fails, so that it does not turn correctly in the lock, he said to us, this passage will not open. One is more precious, but the other requires much art and wit before it unlocks, because it is the one that untangles the knot. From Peter I have them. He told me to err rather in opening than in keeping closed, as long as the people kneel before me. Then he pushed open the door of the blessed gate, saying, "Enter, but I warn you that whoever looks back must return outside." And when the pins turned in the hinges of that sacred palace, pins made of strong, resonant metal, Tarpeia did not roar so nor seem so harsh when the good Metellus was taken from it, so that later it was left lean. I turned attentive to the first thunderclap, and I seemed to hear voices singing Te Deum Laudamus, blended with a sweet sound. The image rendered in what I heard was exactly what one perceives when there is singing with an organ, so that now one understands the words, now not.